Yes, indeed. Yeah, we're here. We're here. And we've just finished looking at the political scene and the developments there. But let's bring it down to the judicial aspect. We're looking at access to justice. Now, one nagging problem confronting the nation's criminal justice system is a delay in trials. Sometimes takes as long as 10 years for a case to be effectively dealt with, leading to having the nation's prisons being populated by over 70% of awaiting trial individuals. Now, stakeholders in the justice sector are hopeful that the administration of Criminal Justice Bill 2013, which was passed by the 7th Assembly and signed into law by the former president, would help to take care of basically all of this. So what is the essence of that bill? Now, the bill is supposed to help abolish the dichotomy existing between the Criminal Procedure Code in the operation in the northern part of the country and the Criminal Procedure Act in the southern part of the country by repealing both acts. Again, we have lawyers in the house that will help us clarify all of this. A solution to the inavailability of up-to-date and accurate records, the bill seeks to establish a central criminal records registry with the police headquarters. So many things that are lined up in that bill.
Implementation.
Implementation. As they say, there are so many laws in Nigeria, but it's the implementation of these laws that's the biggest challenge. So how would this criminal justice bill or law now help to take care of all of this? How would it help to grant more and a more effective and open access to justice? We have Mr. Wahab Shitu, a legal practitioner in the house, to help us sort this out. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for inviting me.
Another legal practitioner, Mr. Fred Nzako, is also here to help us sort this out as well. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
All right, gentlemen. Let me begin with you, Mr. Shitu. This law has been passed. Would it help to end delayed justice?
Well, that's the optimism. That's the expectation. The expectation is that where people, by this law, litigants and Nigerians generally, the society generally, will have greater access to justice. And when you are talking of access to justice, it's a broad term. You are talking of the most basic requirement of a civilized society. You are also talking of the most basic requirement that will guarantee fundamental rights. But let us narrow it down. When you are talking of access to justice, which this Criminal Justice Administration Act seeks to regulate, it means that all the fundamentals of the democratic tradition that you and I hold dear must be guaranteed and respected. Access to justice means, for instance, that there must be greater respect for constitutionalism. There must be greater respect for the rule of law. There must be greater respect for due process. There must be transparency and accountability. And that people must have access, unfettered access, not just to the court system, but in being equal access. You and I must have equal access to the law. We must be fairly treated in terms of access to the law. And where we are unfairly treated, we should have access to remedies. But you see, the issue with our country, our justice delivery system today, is what a learned senior advocate pointed out. Not just access to justice, but exit from justice.
You have to break that down.
Exit from justice. Well, that's the major challenge now. Exit from justice in the sense that when people access justice in our country today, what are the constraints that they have to grapple with? And how do these constraints derogate from the quality of justice? And these constraints, you have mentioned one of them, the issue of delay, which is clearly unacceptable. You go to court, whether in civil or criminal proceedings, and you find out that these proceedings take you know, an unreasonable length of time to resolve. For instance, 7, 8, 10, 15, 20 years to resolve. What does this do to the system? It damages the system a great deal in terms of loss of confidence. When some vital witnesses may have died, when valuable records may have been destroyed, when the people's expectation to access justice may have been defeated. So that's why I said the greatest challenge is not just access to justice, but exit from justice.
Okay, now he's talked about an exit of justice to the access we're talking about.
Yes.
But where really does this access start from?
Access starts from, well, it depends on what you're looking at. If you're looking at criminal justice or you're looking at the civil justice. Because as much as the one that is very open and glaring to all is the criminal aspect, because it involves withdrawal of somebody's freedom. It also, in some cases, involves incarceration. That is where the hue and cry. But there is a whole lot of work that needs to be done in the civil justice system, because it is the basic ground norm for dispensation of business engagements. And in every economy, if the civil justice system is not robust enough and does not take care of most of the issues arising from civil disagreements in businesses and in economic activities, you find out that that economy will have challenges with respect to foreign direct investment. Now, the one that a lot of people tend to cry about a lot is the criminal justice system. And just like my learned friend Wahab said, in a situation where you said in your prologue that 70% of inmates in the system, in the incarceration system, are awaiting trial inmates. Why are they awaiting trial? The rest are those who have exited the justice system. And that's why he said that it's not the access that's even the problem. It is the exit. You come to court today, you don't have a timeline to leave the court. And that is terrible. And some people will tell you that it's a combination of factors. The police, they have a duty. The lawyers, they have duty. The judges, I mean the bench, generally, they have duties. And then the prison authorities. These are the four major institutions that handle the criminal justice system. And some people will tell you that there's this old saying that it is some lawyers will rather like not to be masters of the law, but masters of